Hi, I'm Larry Cohen, and this is Trailers from Hell. And now one of the great movies of all time, Stanley Kubrick's Spartacus. And here's the trailer.
9 Roman armies have been destroyed.
So this film is interesting because I was on the set when they made this picture. I sneaked onto the set at Universal and watched them shooting it, and it was interesting because every time Stanley Kubrick gave any direction to the crew or the actors, Kirk Douglas would grab him by the arm and drag him over to the corner and talk to him very forcefully, as only Kirk Douglas can with that intensity, and then Kubrick would come back and redo the directions, and I guess he was doing whatever Kirk Douglas told him to do. And so he made the picture, and it was one of the best of these kind of epics. Better, and the characters were better defined, and there was more innovation to it. It wasn't just the typical sword and sorcerer kind of movies. It was interesting that. I want to say something here that's cogent about this thing. Oh yeah, when I had dinner with Kirk Douglas one night, and I asked him about this picture, and he'd been blacklisted for years, and we were having a meeting, and we said, well, what should we do? They won't let us give Dalton Trumbo the credit for the screenplay, and Stanley Kubrick chimed right in, well, I'll take the credit, he said. Well, that outraged Kirk Douglas immediately, that Stanley Kubrick was so anxious to take credit for a screenplay he hadn't written. And he knew right away Stanley Kubrick was going to be an enormously successful director in Hollywood when he heard that. But at any rate, it was Kirk who forced the studio to actually give Dalton Trumbo the credit, and that broke the blacklist. And so that's something that came out of the making of this picture, which was certainly a very courageous act by Kirk Douglas. And God, you know, every time I see Michael Douglas acting, and I see him in something like Wall Street, I say, my God, when he's really good, he's doing Kirk Douglas. When he's giving an Academy Award performance, he's doing his father, but not as well, because Kirk had an intensity and a uniqueness to his performance that was really special. And you'll even see Tony Curtis in this picture, giving a passable performance opposite Laurence Olivier. If you ever thought of combining Laurence Olivier and Tony Curtis in a what is really a love scene, where it caused a lot of controversy, where Olivier is propositioning Tony Curtis, who's his slave, while he's being bathed. That scene caused quite a lot of hoopla, and probably another reason to see it. But don't miss Spartacus.